All right, guys, it's time for the Minnesota Wild season preview. After last season's absolutely injury ravaged season, the Minnesota Wild will be hoping to keep a much fitter roster on the ice. And seeming as Jaden was going little background there, I think projected lineup.
Yeah, we'll go to the projected lineup. All right, so forwards we got Kaprizov, Boldy, Eriksson Ek, Rossi, Tarasenko, Zuccarello, Foligno, Hartman, Trenin, Sturm, Yurov, Johansson, Kubel. Defense, Faber, Spurgeon, Brodin, Middleton, Bogosian, and Buim. And goalies, Gustafsson and Wallstedt. Obviously, there's like Ogren and Yurov and a couple other young kids that can probably step in the lineup. Regards to the trades, they did. Cameron Butler comes in, Gauntz goes out, not much there. They traded out Frederick Gaudreau for a pick. They pick up Prisky for Chisholm. These are names, not really much going on there. But then they do go and get Vladimir Tarasenko for futures, which is the big addition there. And in regards to signings, it was really only Nico Sturm. You can, Cal Peterson as a backup goaltender, like a third string goaltender, but Nico Sturm's really the major signing there. And in regards to people leaving, it was really only Gustav Nyquist, really, from memory. So not much change. They had a lot of cap space. They finally got the signing done with Rossi with the bridge deal. They got still a lot of cap space, like 7 million to play with. They could, add to this team, but they haven't. I'm not optimistic. I've been optimistic about this team, because I like the team, but I'm not optimistic about them this year, and I think that's pretty bad on a Kaprizov contract year. So I'm not too sure if you have the same thoughts or you're optimistic on the team, but I am not.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where I stand with these guys. I think, you know, the way Kirill Kaprizov played when he was healthy and in the line season had these guys looking like they were going to be a potential contender. So if he can stay healthy, you just don't know what this Wild team is capable of. Alongside some other players as well, because as I said in the intro, they did have an absolute injury ravaged season. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they've got what it takes. And I think given that there's most likely going to be 5 teams in like from the Central making it, um, they will be a good shot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. You've got Jesper Wallstad stepping in backup contender. He's been questionable from time to time. I still have they've still got big raps on the kid. They turn out, but it has been a rough start considering where his projections were. And yeah, I don't know. I think this is a good team, but that's pretty much where it ends for me. I really do feel like they're a middle of the pack wild card team. Like that's where I see these guys at the moment, and they haven't really done anything this off season to change that for me,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like this would be probably one of our shorter videos just because they haven't really done much. The prospects of it looking good, which is crazy because they finally got like their 15 million back, and
Funny.
now it
Yep.
looks worse than where they were at. And they do add Tarasenko, which is great for scoring, but I feel like they're missing a few pieces on forward, on D, even goaltending. And they haven't capitalized on their cap space. They haven't made, ballsy moves in a sense. And I feel like this was one of those years that they probably should have been a little bit more ballsy. And because that division is getting more and more competitive, and if you want to actually compete and keep players like a Kaprizov, then You got to show that you're really, really trying. Otherwise, they will just jump ship to a team that's doing that, like a
Yeah.
Dallas, Colorado, or whatnot. Um, yeah, I have my worries for the team, and I don't like. I can see them in the wild card hunt all year, but
Mm.
that's all. And I don't think they get over the line this year. I think this is the year they get knocked out of the playoffs.
Mm.
And look, they haven't done anything in the playoffs, even when they're getting their first round exits every year. It's and they haven't addressed getting over that hump at all. So yeah, I want to know as a Minnesota fan, how are you feeling? You finally get your cap space, and now does it look good? Are you optimistic? Because I'm not seeing it, and I'm not sure, seeing where it comes from either. Like
Mm.
I don't know where
It's
that unexpectedness comes from.
it's lackluster, isn't it? It's one of those situations I think that they haven't like they've been a first round exit pretty much every year for a while now, and they finally got the cap space where everyone was saying, once they get that cap space back, just you wait. And they got it back. Haven't really done much with it. They're gonna have to pay Kirill Kaprizov a lot more than 9 million planning on staying. So yeah, it's all of a sudden you're looking at this team and going, I don't know. Matt Zuccarello is aging. Yes, they bring in Tarasenko, but he's aging. Marcus Foligno is aging. A lot of their other players, hitting the 30s. Hartman's 30 now. Eriksson Ek is almost 30. Kaprizov's almost 30. Like they are getting older. Team is aging. And it's just a little bit concerning that we're not seeing big moves that give you the confidence that they can take that next step. It's almost like they're trusting this team to run it back and to finally get over that hump. But it's almost a little bit Leaf-esque of like we'll just run it back and
Yeah,
get knocked
yeah,
out in
they
game
haven't
seven.
addressed why they keep getting knocked out in the playoffs, and that's my big problem.
Mm.
Like adding Tarasenko, but you lose Nyquist. Like that their team looks alright, and that's why they're always making the playoffs. Like it's not bad, but it just doesn't
But they
have
don't
that.
have that next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have the next stage. And they need to evolve that next stage, and they got 7 million to do it. And we mentioned Rickard Raquel in the last video. Do you go and get him? I can't really think of anyone else on the trade block at the moment that these type of teams could go for, but
Hmm.
they need something. They need
Yeah.
they need to add, and I like their play style. Like they have a good shutdown sort of system play style, and they can keep it one goal games and be close, but they just don't have that X factor. I feel like that they need. Like they got Kaprizov, but he needs that one more person helping. Boldy and Rossi are good, but I'm looking for that another first line man that just blows it out the park, or
Hmm.
someone on the D that just rock solid. You play him, you can play him 30 minutes.
Yeah. And
Absolutely wear the man out. So
I think Brock Faber, is obviously only going to get better. But Jared Spurgeon is getting older. He's 35 now. He's getting older. Um, Jonas Brodin is 32. He's getting older. Middleton's almost 30. Zach oh my
Bogosian,
God,
my
Bogosian.
Bogosian, my boy, my God.
I know.
All
I went
right.
to say it, and I was just
You
like,
wonder why
why
I
is it
always
coming out?
run through the names in this videos. It's because
Bogosian,
this
yeah.
man can't speak,
It's
and I
and
still screw him up.
the worst part is I knew it too, and I went to say it, and it
I'm
just
a
did
good
not come out.
Bogosian.
Bogosian, yes, he's 35 as well. So, like they've got an aging D core outside of Brock Faber. They've got some older legs in the forward as well. So it's just getting to that stage where I don't know. I feel like either Matt Boldy and Marco Rossi, one of those guys are going to have to just come out and have an absolute out and out superstar season and almost go to that level with Kaprizov. to get
They
them
they
over the
need that
line,
bona fide first
or
line
they
player out
or
of
they
them.
need to bring yeah, or they need to bring in someone else to just amplify this team because at the moment I'm looking at seeing is it's pretty much run back from last season. They'll have a couple of changes, but nothing overly different. Um, so why do I expect this team to make a better run at it than last season? Outside of the fact that they had a very injury plagued season, and when they did look pretty good. But again, like it's just I don't know. I still think even if they were fully fit and they were fully healthy all season, I still think this team gets bounced in the first round.
Yes. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs for a Minnesota Wild fan. They've waited so long to get the money, and half of it well, some of it gets thrown into Rossi and other upgraded contracts, and then nothing else really happens, and that's kind of a sad state, really. And look, sure, the maybe the timing isn't right in the division that you have too many teams pushing at the same time. But at the end of the
Mm,
day, if you want to be in it, you gotta go hard. And I don't think they've gone hard enough. Like they've got pretty much all their picks besides 2 seconds. They could be offloading that for more talent. You look at all the teams that are constantly winning or competing. They don't have their firsts
First
or
round picks, yeah.
seconds or something like that. And I would just like to see them maybe move a first or two, bring in that player that makes a difference, like, and hopefully be medium to long term in contract and be that staple and be a reason that Kaprizov stays. Um,
Yeah.
because at the moment
Especially
I'm worried
given
for that.
especially given this group's age. I think that's where for
Yeah, well,
me
like Zuccarello is 38.
it's
Like he's been great
mm,
his whole career, but you can't hold that for that long.
no, and Felino, same thing, 34 years old.
Mm.
Tarasenko, they got in, yes, but he's got his injuries. He's also 30 now. And then, yeah, you go down that list. You said there's more 30s. They're getting,
Yeah,
you know,
the average age
Ericsson
is
out.
29, which is one of the oldest I think we've seen.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's definitely getting there. It's definitely pushing up that age bracket where they don't really have time to just be like, oh yeah, it's fine. We can just take 3 years to get better. Um, because in 2 or 3 years, a lot of these players are going to be retired or out of contract or just they're going to be past their prime. So, and especially with Kirill Kaprizov at 28 years old, you don't want to waste his years. You want to be competing now. So, yeah, I hope for the Wild franchise, like I hope that management's not done. I hope they've got a plan to do something, bring something else in. Um, because I just at the moment I think this team doesn't have what it takes to go deep in the playoffs.
Mm. Yeah, look, I don't have much more to add, so I guess we can probably finish up there. Um, yeah, let us know what you think. Wild fans, are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic? And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, and check out our other videos. But till next time, we'll catch you guys.
Players.